The GRU's cyber warfare strategy was not limited to elections and government institutions. It extended into the critical infrastructure of Western nations, including power grids, water systems, and transportation networks. One of the most alarming GRU operations was its sustained cyber attacks on the U.S. power grid, an effort that infiltrated control systems and left the door open for potential blackouts across the country. For years, GRU Unit 74455, also known as Sandworm, had been testing cyber sabotage techniques in Ukraine, successfully shutting down entire regions by hacking into energy companies. But in 2017, U.S. intelligence agencies discovered that the GRU had penetrated America's electrical grid, water treatment plants, and even nuclear power stations. The attackers didn't immediately cause disruptions. They were mapping the infrastructure, planting malware, and waiting for the right moment to strike. The modus operandi of the GRU was chilling. Using phishing emails and supply chain attacks, Russian hackers gained access to utility company networks. Once inside, they moved laterally through the system, stealing credentials and embedding themselves in operational technology networks, the same systems used to regulate power flows, water purification, and pipeline operations. In July 2018, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, publicly confirmed that GRU operatives had successfully gained access to power plants. The attackers had even reached control rooms, meaning that, had they chosen to, they could have flipped switches to shut down power for millions of Americans. This was no longer just espionage. It was an act of war in cyberspace. The U.S. government traced the attack back to Dragonfly 2.0, a Russian-backed hacking campaign that had previously targeted European power grids. Investigators discovered that GRU hackers had compromised third-party vendors, companies that provided software and services to energy firms. This allowed the GRU to bypass frontline security measures and gain entry through trusted access points. The implications were terrifying. While no actual blackouts were triggered in the U.S., the attack proved that Russia had the ability to launch crippling cyber strikes on American infrastructure. In Ukraine, the GRU had already demonstrated what it was capable of. In 2015 and 2016, Sandworm successfully took down Ukraine's power grid, leaving hundreds of thousands of people without electricity in the dead of winter. These were trial runs, and now the GRU was inside U.S. networks, waiting for the right moment to execute a similar attack. In response, the U.S. imposed sanctions on Russian cyber operatives, strengthened critical infrastructure defenses, and launched offensive cyber operations against Russian networks. However, the threat remains. Cyber analysts warn that GRU malware may still be embedded within American power grids, lying dormant, ready to be activated at a moment's notice. The GRU's infiltration of the U.S. power grid wasn't just about testing vulnerabilities. It was a strategic move in Russia's hybrid warfare playbook. By planting cyber time bombs within energy infrastructure, the GRU ensured that in the event of a geopolitical crisis, Russia could instantly disrupt America's economy and civilian life without ever firing a missile. This operation was a chilling reminder that modern warfare is no longer fought only on the battlefield. It is fought in cyberspace, where an invisible enemy can shut down cities, cripple industries, and sow chaos with just a few lines of code. The GRU's cyber war is far from over, and the next attack may not just be a test, it could be the real thing.